social media for beautiful food and inspiration.
Just remember to breathe. Remember to breathe. Just remember to breathe. Remember to breathe. There's a place somewhere, and you want to get there. A hidden space between the clouds and melody, but you know you're not the only one to see. Just close your eyes and just remember to breathe. There's something to believe in. The melody goes on and on again. And don't embrace the way it makes you feel. Even if you don't believe in, the melody goes on and again. And down and out forever. Just remember to breathe. Remember to breathe. All these years of tears drip down to touch and see, but now the rain won't stop. The flower begins to bleed, but there's a place somewhere, and you want to get there. Just close your eyes and just remember to breathe. There's something to believe in. The melody goes on and again. And don't embrace the way it makes you feel. Even if you don't believe in, the melody goes on and again. And down and out forever.
All right, everybody, it's Tuesday. It's 8 p.m. Pacific. Sorry about that. That means it's time for Local Love. This is a live show on Twitch. If you're listening to the podcast of this, go on over to twitch.tv/echoplex media and follow us there. Or you can just go to echoplexmedia.com, scroll all the way to the bottom, and there's all of our socials at the bottom of every page on that site. Yes, Scott Cupcake Smooth, that is in fact my face on the stream. The other bonus about that, depending on whether you think these kinds of things are bonuses, is you get to see my face and the face of all the other participants on the show. Last week was great on this show. We had Patty K from the Roughies played a live set. We had Alabastard play a live set, and then we had John Renna play a live set. Just want to thank all three of them for participating last week. We're going to be starting to incorporate more live performances into this show as it becomes possible. And things are looking up. It's looking like maybe May or June we'll be able to start having people here in the studio for this show. And on that note, since I gave away fucking cameras and microphones and all kind of other shit when everybody had to go remote, think about going to patreon.com/echoplex and subscribing at any level. I just adjusted the settings on there, so there's a bunch of cool, fun new levels you can subscribe at. There's still the toner cartridge level because a toner cartridge for my printer is outrageously expensive. And if you sign up at that level, I promise to buy a toner cartridge with your money. I usually have a bit of a panel, but the media wench taking the night off. She had a rough day at work, so we'll, she'll be back next week for sure. Juan Maserati will be showing up here a little bit later. I think we've been having John Renna on the show a lot lately, as well as Alabastard. Unsure. Curtis from Monkey may be showing up later. We'll just have to see. I invited a bunch of people on the show tonight. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. What's up, Renvel? Other than that, I don't know, check our socials. Follow me on Twitter if you can find me. You can go to echoplexmedia.com and go to the contact page and find all of our Twitter accounts. I actually have to update that because there's a couple people on there who don't work with us on this project anymore. So I'll remove them from that so that they don't have a bunch of Echoplex Media people mean tweeting at them for something I said on one of the other nights. I think until I get a panel, I'm just going to rock a bunch of jams. We got a bunch of new music. So I'm going to start with a song by La Palma. We got a whole album from La Palma, and I think we're having La Palma on the first... Hey, what's up, Adam Rainstopper? I think we're having La Palma on the show the first week in April. It's a pretty interesting kind of electronic music project. Well, I mean, you'll hear what it's all about. I'm going to rock this song real quick. I have a bunch of beer to drink too, but I'm going to probably start drinking that a little bit later because things become a shit show around here if I drink a lot of beer. Whereas if I'm drinking vodka, I put a splash of energy drink in there to keep me going. Shout out to my upstairs neighbor for dropping off an 8-pack of Guinness to me, by the way. This is La Palma. This song is called Forsythia, and you'll see how it's spelled on the screen. All right, that was La Palma. That song is called Forsythia. I really kind of enjoy that music. It makes me think about like a beach. Like a beach. Like sitting there on sipping a cocktail on a beach with other people, which is like an unrealistic thing to think about. But yeah, I don't know where we met the people from La Palma, but I'm glad they sent their music. We've been putting out the word a little bit lately for people to send their music. If you're a San Francisco Bay Area music artist and you want your music on our show or on our 24-hour shuffle when we're not live, just go to echoplexmedia.com/submit and follow the instructions there. It's real easy, and usually your music goes up within a day or two, the day you submit it. Certainly always gets added to the library before the next Local Love show. Also, you can call during the show. It's 415-903-7539. That's 415-903-PLEX. You can request music if you call in. You can just call to say hi. There's also Discord. We take remote ins via Discord. It's discord.me/Echoplex. Join the live voice chat with DJ Bob, and somebody will eventually unmute you, hopefully. People would think that of all the shows we do, this one would be the easiest because I don't have to do anything. But the problem with that is that I don't have to do anything. There's no content, no fucking list of stories, no Jordan Peterson to make fun of. I don't run video. I don't do anything. I just got to be entertaining and play music. And sometimes it's easier than others. Tonight might be a little bit of a rough one just because I am over caffeinated and not drunk yet. But, it's always fun. I really do miss the days of having Chip and the Media Wench and Juan all in the same room with me on the panel, passing bongs and drinks and shit back and forth. It was really nice, especially when I was hosting, because somebody else would get up and get me a beer, which was fantastic. Also, Chip would host the second half of the show, so I could sit off over there somewhere. Trust me, there's like chairs and microphone stands and shit all over there. And I would just get fucking obliterated and not have to worry about anything. And it was super fun. You want to check out some of the archives of Local Love. The golden age of Local Love was right around episode 100, I think. And yeah, Chip was co-hosting. Always had the Media Wench here, and there was just plenty of weed going around, people to drink with. Had a lot of bands in the studio. It's probably when the studio was across the hall in the room that my roommate now operates. Oh, yeah, occupies. Yeah, I'll smoke a little. Definitely. I think I have some cool fucking smoking music too, actually. This is a song by Kevlar Nuckler. We play a lot of his songs from Ophwurld. Ophwurld references like UFOs and shit a lot. So, I was excited to get his new music, especially because it's about like the set of circumstances we're in right now with COVID-19 and the shelter in place and the limited ability to have contact with other folks. I also really enjoyed hearing it because it sort of sounds like trance music. It's not like really fast like trance music, but it sort of reminds me of trance music with a lot of pads and arpeggios and shit. And Kevlar is just a super nice guy. This guy lives sort of in the South Bay, and he works at the racetrack over there in Monterey, California. So every Sunday morning I wake up and look through my Facebook feed. Yes, some of us still use Facebook. And I see pictures of him on a racetrack, like at turn 4 and shit. So that's super cool. Anyway, I'm just going to let this song rock here. This is Kevlar Nuckler. The song is called COVID-19. All right, that was, or kind of still is, COVID-19 by Kevlar Nuckler. Glad the chat like that. I always really like it when people are kind of hanging out here and we're just rocking some jams and everybody likes the music, because this is all local stuff that's been sent to us. It's not like I went around and handpicked music I like, although I like most of the music we've been sent. Some of it I don't like, but it's not because it's bad music, right? It's just because it's not a genre that I'm particularly interested in myself. But when we started doing this, one of the things that surprised me the most was just the quality of the production on everything we've gotten. I've talked about this before with Juan or with the Media Wench or whatever. Like nothing kind of sounds like beginner or novice when we get it, or to the extent that it has, the people have written us and been like, hey, the band's new. We're just getting it together. This is our demo. And that's cool too. So I've been like super happy with the quality of the music we've been getting. Also, it might have something to do with like the DIY nature of Silicon Valley, right? Because even though we take music from the entire Bay Area, the vast majority of what we have, or at least like a disproportionate amount of what we have, is from here in the 408, the South Bay, where San Jose is. I think it's because it's like where all our friends are and shit. And like they tell their friends, and you know, if somebody has a new project here, we know about it. Whereas if some of our San Francisco artists start a new project, we're not as likely to know about it just because we're not as in touch with them. You know, for a while we were thinking about trying to get other regions to do a show like this. And then we decided that there's no way to do a show like this. Like people in other regions would have a really hard time with it, because like we started this show after we already had another show. And I think had we started with Local Love, we would have given up on podcasting. Because I got to tell you, I would talk to Curtis of Monkey about this a lot too, that music talk is hard. Like doing a music talk show, whether it's just you, whether it's just me, or if I've got a couple of my co-hosts here with me, or even a big panel, it's just hard to do, because like there's like some line to be walked. Whereas like there's a bit of it, like it's the homies when people are on this show. We know them all; they're our friends, but we also, so we're going to end up kind of talking about, you know, things that we have in common as friends. But then the flip side of that is that you have to do that in a way that people in the audience aren't just like, well, gee, I guess I'm glad I'm here. Thanks for telling us a story where we don't know any of the people involved in the story and it makes no sense. So it's, you know, it's music talk is like a super hard thing to do. Just, I guess, especially compared to what else I do around here. You know, I mean, you guys watch the other stuff. It's all videos. It goes quick, because that's the way I like it. I don't like to waste a lot of time. Whereas here right now, I kind of feel like I'm just wasting fucking time until I play the next song. But there's certainly something to be said about keeping everyone together via remote the way we have. We've had a little tougher time with the musicians, I'll be honest, because the musicians in this area, you know what they love? They love Facebook. But John Renna hangs out in this fucking chat. Not a problem to be compared to Matt Dillahunty. I'm also a non-believer, and I like to debate people who are insane. I also don't like Jordan Peterson and like to make fun of him. So thanks. I've been trying to get Matt Dillahunty to come on our Wednesday show, The Intellectual Dollar Tree, but he doesn't reply to my email for whatever reason. But yeah, like I was saying, the San Jose music community particularly, man, they love the shit out of Facebook. And to the extent that we've been able to draw our community off of Facebook, it hasn't been the music community as much. Like our Local Love Facebook group has twice as many members in it as our group for the Plex, the Sunday show, the news show. But I mean, sometimes the news show gets 10 times as many people watching it on Twitch than that the music show does, or the Sunday show. Sunday show is usually our biggest show. The lowest viewer count is usually early in the day on Sunday when we do the Humanist Community Silicon Valley Sunday Forum, which I think I'm going to pass off to somebody else pretty soon too, because I like just laying in bed hungover on Sunday morning instead of having to get up. But yeah, the music talk, it's just real tough. It's a lot easier when the people were here in studio with me. It flowed really well. I think we had a lot of good times. We weren't on Twitch at the time because, I don't know, we thought we were important and we were just doing audio. Also, we didn't have cameras. We didn't have computers with graphics cards. We were just kind of trying to do podcasts, and they just happened to be live. But yeah, this music talk has been real tough. Having artists on remote is kind of tough because you never know what their internet situation is going to be like. You don't know if they're going to be like a full fucking second behind you because they haven't reset their wireless router in 6 months, you know, so it's real tough. I was glad the week before last, this show did better than Meltdown Monday, and it did better than the Scientology show, which was pretty surprising because that like never happens. Although on the Scientology show, the 2 weeks ago, that week, I was just dragging ass, man. I was so tired. But I don't know. That's enough about me. Whatever. It was this community building, they call it. There's another song by Kevlar. It's called This band is called Ophwurld. It's not a solo project. He's got a couple other friends of his that work on Ophwurld with him. And this song is called Microwave Meltdown. All their stuff is kind of like, it's sort of like conspiracy theory stuff, but Kevlar and the guys don't believe in conspiracy theories. I think they're not situated like I am, where they like to make fun of it. They just think that it like fits well with their music because it's a little bit spooky or whatever. So this is Ophwurld. This song is called Microwave Meltdown, and it's got samples of David Pakman in it. And it's been a half hour. I'm going to go get a beer.
The gap is getting wider, day by day. The older, the older, getting older, the older, getting older.
Are U.S. government microwave mind control tests causing TV presenters' brains to melt down?
Well, a very, very heavy divertation tonight. We had a very Darrison, but let's go ahead, paraphrase and listen to the head of the pit.
were drawn down long from the street and awakened at baseball by a worried garden. Made to be led through wet jungle.
Are U.S. government microwave mind control tests causing TV presenters' brains to melt down?
Now, Defense Minister McLeod did confirm today that more than 54 18 fighter jets are spending about as much as 20 and ready to assist the 100 deployed over the announced meeting. Now, it did depend that how the NOLAN emerges our end, while the university or the UN mission has all received support from all batteries in the hues of the gardens of today. Excuse me. I'll hand it back to you.
That was Microwave Meltdown by Ophwurld. The same lead person did the last song before about COVID-19. Ophwurld's really cool music. Kind of like it. It's kind of trippy and shit. A little bit electronic, but some guitars and whatnot in it. Me and the chat, we're having a completely off-topic discussion, but that's okay. Call it community building. So I remember when we first started doing this show, it was me and Juan Maserati. We legitimately decided on a Thursday to start collecting music, and we were up live the next Tuesday. We only had like 5 or 6 bands, so the playlist on the first show didn't have a whole lot of variety. But since all our friends were in bands, we were able to gather up all, I think like 50 or 60 songs we were able to choose from. Much love to the Rebels Camp, Audible Smoke Signal. Who else sent us their music right away? Curious Quail, Sweet Haya sent us their music as soon as their fucking album was done. We got FTB music right away. Fucking thanks to everyone. Randomer Cam, whatever. I don't even know who Randomer Cam is. Yeah, just thanks to all the bands that sent us music. Also, Lucy Arnell sent us music essentially right away as soon as we asked for it. We got music from Kat Robichaux within the first couple weeks, and then we ended up like being kind of buddies with her. She does this thing called Misfit Cabaret. It's a bit of a burlesque show, not for the kids, really. Not really for the kids. Not really for the kids, but her music is fabulous, and we were super glad to get to know her. And we went to a couple of the after parties, one of which I drank too much, and it was fantastic because nobody judged me. Then again, I wasn't starting fights or anything. I was just drunk as fuck. So I'm going to play something completely different than what we just listened to here. This is a song by Valensorow. This song, I don't know how to say it. We were told to just call it slams, and this is some let's call it Viking metal.
Will die before the tide has fled.
Oh, I am muted. I was like, why is the sidechain not ducking the music? I'm like, I forgot to turn my mic on. Got too comfortable. No, I was muted. That's the other thing about the music show is I have to keep turning on and off the mics and shit, whereas like the shows where I just do video, I just leave it on. So I never end up being muted. Whatever. Where's that?
Riveting Radio on Echoplex Media live.
Sorry about that. And sorry, podcast listeners, because I know I'm not going to fucking edit that out because I don't edit anymore. Editing is for fools. I remember I used to go through the fucking shows. We used to like record everything multi-track. So there'd be like this giant fucking folder of like 24-bit fucking floating point wave audio of fucking like the mics, the soundboard. Each thing would have its own fucking channel and it'd be up to 5 hours long. The video file, even though we record in kind of high quality for 720p, the video file is like a tenth or a fucking eighth or something of the size of that fucking audio thing we used to do. And then we started releasing the show like just live to tape or whatever. And people asked if we had upgraded our equipment. So apparently people thought it sounded better when I stopped multi-tracking it and just like let it ride, which is fucking doesn't speak well to my ability to multi-track. Oh, someone's asking questions in the Discord. Let's see if somebody's asking anything good here. Oh yeah, it lets you join with just a mic. What up, Dipstick? Hello. How are you?
Doing good. Oh, okay. I can hear myself. I should probably turn output something else.
Yeah. So what's up? I only know you as a Dipstick. Are you in a local band around here or something?
Yeah, I'm in Rouse.
Oh, Rouse. This is fucking Johnny Five.
That's right.
That's right. Oh man, you don't have any fucking permissions in my you don't have any fucking roles in my Discord? I don't know about that. Let's go local.
Give me that OP.
There you go. I gave you local musician and panelist. How you doing, man?
Doing good. Just had some lasagna. Had a nice long conversation with my daughter. No idea where to send this audio output. I just want like a dead channel. There we go. SPDIF, but I can still hear myself.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I've spent like 5 or almost 6 years now building the perfect audio system. So
hold on.
I feel your pain.
No. Oh Jesus.
Music wizard. Fucking our chat's funny.
All right. I think I'm talking through OBS Ninja, but listening through Discord.
How does that work?
What I would prefer to do is use push to talk and not hear myself with a weird delay.
Oh, you know what I bet you can do so that you don't hear a delay is if you leave Discord and then turn on your headphones or whatever in OBS Ninja, then you won't hear Discord.
So audio source Jabra, that should work. And then output destination should just be this dead SPDIF, but I feel like staying in Discord. If I went to the show panel video, no, waiting room.
You're in. If you want to stay in Discord, you can just jump off since your video is not up. You can just jump off of OBS Ninja. And we can just do it on Discord. Hey, buddy, is this easier? Just doing this shit in Discord?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can. You sound a little bit better, too.
And I don't hear myself, and I'm using push to talk. Discord's amazing.
It is until you have to pipe video in. That OBS Ninja lets me, like, if people are on the panel, it and they have video, it lets me like arrange them however I want on the screen. Doesn't force me to have my own portrait on the screen. Like, allows me just fucking radical amounts of control.
Love it. I wish there was a standalone application with a little bit more control.
Yeah. I think your main problem might have been that you were in Discord at the same time, and it was like just feed, because I have it set up so that if you were to call in via Discord while my panel's on, they would be able to hear you and you would be able to hear them. But if you're in both places, it gets really confusing for the ears, don't it?
Most definitely. But as soon as I left Discord, I couldn't hear you anymore. And then I was like, okay. So I started playing around with my audio in, and because for me, audio in is like my mic. That's my audio in. And audio out would be like where I hear the panel.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you have some time someday and you want to fuck around with it a little bit, if you'd like to come on more regularly, we can make sure you're dialed in for OBS Ninja. But let's talk about music, because this is a music show.
I love music.
I know you are one of the ultimately, when it comes down to it, you're probably one of the reasons I'm doing this show, even though you have basically nothing to do with the show itself.
It's funny how life works.
Like, as soon as I moved, like, because I hung out with music people in Fremont, the first people I knew in San Jose were some of the music transplants. And then I just sought out more music people. And I don't know if I would have ever done that if we wouldn't have been doing like LSD on the fucking dam at 3 a.m, listening to you play your guitar, you know?
Exactly. Most needed experiences.
So I've been wondering, we ask all the musicians when they come on, what have you done to like stay sane and to some extent replace maybe playing live to the extent that you can, like during the everybody being, you know, stuck at home due to this either real or fake or virus, probably real virus.
I mean, what's funny is that, you asked me to play, and nobody usually asks me to play, but you guys asked me to play a show, and usually to play out a show, I usually just go to an open mic or something like that, you know, and I don't do it that often. Maybe once a year, you know, I'll play live because I'm more of a studio rat. Right. But it was funny in the pandemic, I wasn't seeing my drummer because everyone was just super alert mode. But you guys hit me up to do a little set, and it's nice because we're actually going to put that set on our YouTube, but we're finishing another video, and then we're going to retool the Twitch audio. I wish, I wasn't recording it on my freaking phone.
I think I have the like my original capture of that without it being stepped on by Twitch, and like it's encoded different. Just hit me up. I can send you. It'll be a little better.
Yeah, nice. Because we just have to go through the audio, and then we'll actually put that up on our YouTube.
Yeah, for sure. When people play like live remotely, I don't go through and mess with their audio because I don't want somebody to like be like, oh no, it sounded fine, and then you ran a compressor on it. Thanks.
Hilarious. But I was literally just using my phone without, I guess there might be apps on your phone that you can do all that stuff with before it gets uploaded. I mean, but I don't use any of that. I honestly just like figured out the lighting and that had the technical aspect of it. And then I just practiced.
Well, I think it was probably like last minute, because I know you have and love gear. So there are other ways for you that you could have done that where it would have sounded like microphones.
Well, okay, yeah. Speaking of being impacted by the pandemic, I didn't go to the studio to buy the camera that we bought to make our videos and then hook that up, via HDMI to like a real computer to upload. So yeah, that not going to the studio for probably 3 months. Yeah, that was tough because we were getting together quite a bit, and things kind of slowed down, and also things are chaotic. My production partner is a teacher, and that's just a huge clusterfuck.
That. Oh man, that's a. You'd think like not having to commute and working from home would mean less work, but for a teacher, especially maybe a teacher who, I don't know, like doesn't have, like wasn't like broadcasting shit before or whatever, like
right.
That must have been like the most stressful thing in the world, even to the extent that you were able to get together. I'm sure that your bandmates, like, head wasn't fully in the game for for totally understandable reasons.
Interesting to think though, like, how people almost abuse anonymity on the internet, and by abuse I mean they're having fun in their own way, but it's interesting if you give students that power over the teacher, where you basically get to techno fuck your teacher, and
right.
like, so I can't imagine what the hooligans might be up to at such a crazy time. It's a whole new, there's always a certain amount of, childish terrorism in high schools.
Harmless end user childish terrorism.
I don't think anything's allowed to be harmless anymore, Dave.
Man. You know what I've been like really, really stoked on is, like, in the music communities that I'm in, I have seen almost zero fucking bullshit about masks and the fucking pandemic and shit. I'm like really, really proud of the music scene that I'm a part of. It's like a lot of music scenes have a lot of like crystal healing energy types in them,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I'm a deadhead, so you don't have to tell me twice.
Right. And I was just like real surprised that even some of the people who prior to the pandemic had kind of flirted with some, we'll call it like mild conspiracy stuff. They were like, nope, everybody stay the fuck home. I want to play a gig again in my lifetime. Don't kill my family. Fucking stay home. If you have to go to work, be careful. I was like, yes.
Yeah, even though it was so hard for that, for them to say that, but you hang out with musicians. There's a reason you've decided to hang out with musicians. It's, artists in general are of a different ilk. You have to have some heart to pour out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. And generally artists are people who care about other people, particularly musicians, because you can give a fuck about other people. Why would you write music for them to listen to?
Right.
I mean, yeah. So I've just been real pleased, and I like when everything first happened, I was seeing people who were more technically inclined helping people who were less technically inclined, so that they could keep connected with their audience via live streaming or recording at home, even if it was imperfect recordings, to make sure that their audience knew they were still at it. And because you can forget about especially like a small local artist, you can forget about them real quick if they're not on it. It was real neat seeing everybody come together.
Yeah, it's really important, and that your show highlighting the local scene is hats off. Because it's really difficult to find a curated experience to the sea of content.
Right. Well, we do it. The way we kind of keep it curated is we keep it simple and we keep it like really focused. Right. The show, I mean, the numbers on this show on Twitch are garbage compared to when I'm making fun of Jordan Peterson for 2 hours. Right. But it's all local shit that has been sent to us directly by the artist through fucking email. So it just cuts a bunch of people off, like immediately, people who aren't going to take the time to send you their music. And it's been a lot of fun. I was saying earlier that, like I just said a minute ago, this is the hard show to do, actually, because music talk's a rough one anyway. I know a guy, Curtis from Monkey, does a music talk show on Facebook. And, he gets a pretty consistent audience. It's not big, but it's consistent. And I was like, hey, hats off to you, because music talk is real fucking tough. It's just not, it's not everybody's cup of tea. And then like there's not a lot of people out there that want to listen to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 music heads just talk about music for an hour or two, you know?
Yeah, I can imagine. I think, there's so much entertainment out there that, it's almost difficult for us to fill all of that space. Like, even because there's like, oh, I need to see this. It's almost like, there's like this fear of missing out on every possible form of entertainment. And it's because the advertising is like, you feel like you missed out just because you saw an ad and somebody else is talking about it. Like, you feel like a step behind. So it's almost like this endless hamster wheel of entertainment. And so, getting behind the scenes of any of that, I don't, it doesn't serve the most typical aims of commercial industries.
Right. And I mean, we could do something else with this show, and I could make it heavily formatted with a timer, make it like radio. But then like the people would come on the show and go, I don't want to do that again. I worked all day.
Right.
You have to keep it loose if local musicians are going to come on. And it's the other thing is like, having you on is no problem, because like you had a small problem technically at the beginning, but I know you're a computer audio guy. So
right. Yeah, exactly.
So that's like not going to be a problem. Whereas, and it's not just the music people, when we interview other people reason we're interviewing them isn't because they're a streamer or whatever. It's because of something they're doing. They wrote a book, they wrote a magazine article. We interviewed a guy last Thursday who gives tours of Clearwater, Florida. And he calls his tours Cult City Tours. And they go over all the Scientology locations.
Wow.
But he was like, I'm a fucking neo-Luddite. I hope this all works, And so
Neo-Luddite, that's a Mormon thing, right?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think he's a Mormon.
I don't know. It's because they have all those weird words in the Mormon Bible or the Book of Mormon.
Oops, you know what I just added was the wrong thing. My co-host is here. What's up, Juan Maserati? Oh, here, let me turn you on the mixer. What's up, Juan Maserati?
What's going on, my man?
We got Johnny 5, old friend of ours from Fremont, in a band called Rouse, joining us from Discord. I think you met Johnny before. You've seen him on the live stream playing guitar or something. Yeah, Juan?
Yes, yeah. Excellent musician. Great musician. Great band.
Nice.
Oh, fucking Book of Renna is all up in the fucking Twitch chat too. That's
let's
go ahead.
I'm sorry, go ahead, dude.
Oh, you know what? Juan Maserati, tell everybody who you are.
Oh, my name is Juan Maserati, keyboard player for Rebels Camp and Los Improviders. And basically I'm here with my brother here and with you all. And we're gonna rock this night with a little bit of music and a little bit of banter and a little bit of David Buhow.
Maybe those songs are nice and long, so if we need a break,
At least drop one. Drop one.
All right, I'll put it in my queue. I'll put one of the last ones I wrote. The last 2 songs I wrote were both called Untitled.
Long.
And there was one called Untitled, and then there's Untitled _2. And I was like, well, maybe I should stop doing this because I can't even name my fucking songs.
Well, I mean, I leave everything untitled until I name it. Like, I still, like, my last album I finished probably like 8 months ago, and it still doesn't have a title. I almost thought of one the other day, but then I decided against it.
So tell us a little bit about Rouse. I don't know that much about Rouse because you and me, we always sort of stay in touch. And by that, I mean a text every 3 months, but we kind of lost touch. And curious what, I've heard we play everything in the library, but I'd like to hear a little bit more about Rouse if you don't mind.
Yeah, so Fertile Folklore is the name of the production group. It basically, me and Sebastian was started by like him and Brian back in the day, who we were all in a band together called TBA. And then we got back together, me and Sebastian and Brian, years later. And then I got more involved, and now me and Sebastian do all the production work for Fertile Folklore. One of the groups is Rouse, which is me and Sebastian plus other people, essentially. Circus Bear Josh, he was a bass player for a while. And he sings on our latest EP, What the Hex, which you can find on fertilefolklore.com, which just sends you to our YouTube, Fertile Folklore. And he sings on 3 of the tracks. And then we have another singer, Chrissy, who's delightful, and she's on 3 of the tracks. So the first 3 are him, the second 3 are her. And then we also had a keyboard player, Vanessa, for a while. But, honestly, it's just, whoever we can play with most of the time. We also have Rouse, Rouse Concert, which is like a hip-hop rock type thing, which you can find again on the Fertile Folklore YouTube. We did an album called Sessions of Fate. And we didn't use any MIDI on like this hour-long 20-track album, which, we made all the samples ourselves and everything. And then, Circus Bear, we made Rouse Circus. And that's like trippy, like almost techno inspired. Like he would write techno beats or EDM or whatever. And then we would just like replace things little by little with like live instruments and live takes and things like that. And there's 3 tracks of that up there.
So that's interesting. That's like having an electronic artist do the songwriting almost for a live band. Sort of.
Does all the comp. Yeah, he does all the comp, and then he brings that track. And then little by little, we replace everything. And one of my favorite memories of being in the studio is he had this effect on the track, and it made sounds like almost like a vocoder, like AEU type of thing. And then we were trying to get a live version. I was just like, oh, we can just do that with, vocal sound effects. And so we were sitting there for probably like 20 minutes of him just going into the mic over like a 7-minute track or something the whole fucking time. And I lost it. We were trying to get a 1 take through the whole thing. And I was just busting up, like crying. It took a while to finish that.
Sometimes the sausage gets made in ways that are funny and entertaining.
I was like, it's a good memory.
Well, that's really cool.
Stories.
That's really cool. If any of those other projects have any tunes, you should make sure to send them our way. I'd love to add them to Ye Oldie Library here.
Yeah. I have to make like 320 versions because I have the waves, but I mean, you take FLAC, right? You take wave?
I'll take anything you want to send me except M4A.
Okay. All right.
I mean,
how we bounce everything to wave and MP3. We use MP3 for email just because the waves are so big to, for everyone to listen to and take notes before our next session. And then, but yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure YouTube. Yeah, because you get 8 to 16 variable bit rate. I don't know, like how much of that they're using for the audio stream.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, if you send me waves, I just add them to my library as waves, and then when I upload them to my Icecast server, it just encodes them to 256 MP3 for me, so I don't have to fucking do it.
I love it.
And we like upgraded our fucking radio system too. I don't know. We're using something called a Zuricast, and you can jump on there and you can like just request your music, and then within a song or two, your music or a different band or whatever just gets popped into the into the feed. It's pretty cool.
What is it? Is there like a Discord exclamation point Q or something?
Nah, you go to eplex.xyz and you just it becomes quite obvious how to do it once you get there.
Oh, that's cool. There's a whole interface for it.
Yeah. It's on. Yeah,
sweet.
It's super cool. One of the things I had to do was I learned how to use Let's Encrypt because I was like, I don't know about having like a front-facing web pages without HTTPS. I'm like, I don't want somebody just owning my server and pumping out like Nazi propaganda on instead of local music.
It's surprising what web pages still aren't on secured certificates.
Oh, by the way, thanks Big Greg 74035 for the follow a couple minutes ago. I hope you enjoyed the GIF of the kitty typing furiously on a laptop that you get when you follow us here on Twitch. Well, I'm going to rock a tune. Juan Maserati demanded one of my tunes, and that's good because it's a little bit long, and I have to pee, and I have to make a drink. So take a little break here. Johnny, if you want to hang out, you're welcome to hang out. No pressure, though. You can come and go as you please. The song is called Untitled 135 BPM by Me.
Woo!
A long ago version of Me. I think I was trying to write Psytrance at this point. I ended up giving up on electronic music, not because I didn't enjoy doing it. I just wasn't getting anywhere. And now I'm podcasting and not getting anywhere. was Untitled 135 BPM by me. Track's probably 11 years old now.
11 years?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Easy 11 years old.
Yeah, it's a long time.
A long time. And the track lasts a long time. It's 6 minutes long, so that also lasts a long time. What's up, Johnny? You still with us?
Yep. I was just thinking, I haven't published a song in a long time. I've spent like the past year working on this one track.
Dude, I'd be like not doing anything, and I'd bang out a track in like 6 hours. That's probably what you just listened to, because I was like, well, this is all just a formula. I don't really have any ideas anymore. Where's an old file?
I don't know. I was working on something the other day. I had the Cure love song riff kind of stuck in my head because I accidentally played it on guitar. And then I started like bending the music around to come up with something interesting. And then I landed on something, but then I realized it was kind of like Stairway to Heaven. And so now I've got this kind of interesting little riff that's like a baby between Love Song and Stairway.
I mean, sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. Yeah. Although, I mean, like, I would need to hear it while we were like illegally drinking on the beach with an illegal fire before I could really make any determinations.
Definitely. Yeah, I should probably finish writing it too. It's a cool little riff, though.
I just have so many good memories of you and Nick always playing guitar, Nick Rhythm. There's so many good memories of being like young.
Have you talked to him lately?
Just like here and there on Facebook, man. That guy's got like a grip of kids. I mean, he's a busy man, you know.
Yeah, but he's playing with. He's still with Hammershot, isn't he?
Yeah. You know, I'm not super big into metal, but if Hammershot was playing in the South Bay, I would just always fucking go because those are like friends of mine, right?
Yeah, I saw. So, oh wait, he's doing a. That's right. He's doing None More Negative now. I'm not. Well, if they're still doing it, it's a. What typo negative female vocal? I don't know if it's a cover band or a tribute band. I think they're kind of like. I think they do covers, but because it's a female vocal, it's like a tribute. So I'm not. But I saw Ellen, who I went to junior high and high school with his wife, and at that show, and it was a good time. It was a trip, man. I was like at the front of the stage. Spoilers. And I was just rocking out to the music, and then the singer. Well, I guess the original singer did this, but I was standing next to a speaker, and next to the speaker was a coffin. She came out of the coffin like 3 minutes into like the first song, and I had no idea she was there the whole time. And then inside of the coffin was just a bunch of like Playgirl porn, because I guess he was a model or something, the lead singer. So that was a cool show.
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen the None More Negative live. I know I've seen Hammershot like 5 or 6 times though.
It's a cool little thing. I like it. I dig it.
Yeah. I mean, probably should have. I just didn't. I think they had this big show that I intended on going to, and then I don't know, went to like the club or something instead. Because I was like, I don't know, maybe thinking I could get laid at the club. Well, not at the club, but you know.
Right.
Right. Juan, what have you been up to lately as far as music goes? You've been noodling around on your keyboards or anything?
Let me just say Hammershot first off. Hammershot! Followed by, just basically getting shit, trying to get shit out the dough. Been experimenting with using something called Loopback, to where I could try to get Logic streamed into Loopback, and then from Loopback to OBS, and hopefully do a live cast. So I'm going to try to do it sometime this week. See how that goes. Just kind of do a trial run.
Oh, look at the man with the magic mic.
Oh shit! What's up, man? John, Renna.
Oh yeah, we don't have any sound from you, good sir.
Testes.
Now we do. Now we have some
Testes.
sound.
1, 2, 3. Testes.
Told you the fucking man.
Three.
The man with the magic
Testicles.
mic.
1, 2, 3.
No,
He
2.
got him.
Dos testes.
Testes. All right, we got him.
I didn't know that Dos Equis was slang for 2 testicles. Did you know that?
I think it's just 2 X's, dude.
I drink pale ale.
Oh god. That's why rent keeps going up. People keep drinking fucking IPA around here.
That's correlation between IPA and gentrification, right?
It's true.
In comes the keg of IPA, out go the minorities.
Oh god. Oh shit. So Renna, thanks for putting together that lineup last week. We had a few minor technical hiccups, but I think it went real well.
Yeah, I think it went really, really good. I was very impressed with all the performers, particularly PK and Doug Hargrove. Man, I've been listening to their sets on replay all week. Really, really solid shit.
Yeah, just a little bit of feedback for you when you play. When you play, for whatever reason, each of your mics were coming up on different channels. So in the future, when you play, just point them both the fuck right at you instead of just one.
We couldn't figure out how to get them. Yeah, it's it's a work in progress.
Yeah, for sure. Or you could just find a way to make it so that it isn't seeing it as left and right channels. I don't know anything about it. I just drag fake wires around like on a screen and everything fixes itself.
Scarlett's fault.
Oh man. Johnny, what kind of mic are you talking to us on?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I said earlier, Jabra. It's a headset.
Oh, cool. You sound fine.
It's a wired one. I was going to use this Bluetooth one, but the battery sucks. I just wanted to do it as an experiment, and I think I should get a more expensive one.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. We have a couple people that join on headsets. They usually sound pretty good. When people don't sound good is when they join like on their laptop and they don't have headphones.
And then they don't last on the show for very long.
Oh yeah. I'm just like, I'm getting my sound back from you.
You say I do have a pretty loud video card fan pretty close to me, so I apologize for that.
I have the computer here only gets like noisy when I am using either exporting a video or if I'm in Blender. Blender just wrecks your computer no matter what you have, dude. Fucking 3D modeling, even just doing simple shit like title screens and stuff. Oh man, fucking wrecks every component in your computer except maybe the sound card.
Yeah, I might need to get a new computer. I was trying to open like a CT scan of like some parts for work, and it required, 16 gigs of RAM, just to load that information. I was like, so I need a 32 gig machine for this? Are you serious?
Yeah, this machine has 32 gigs. Memory's cheap.
Yeah.
Strange thing is like in the aftermarket, because that's what I do for work, right? Server memory ends up being dirt cheap because all of a sudden everybody goes through like an upgrade cycle and everybody pulls memory sticks out of the servers. There's just like fucking like mountains of server memory that nobody will buy, right? Because people aren't buying like memory to upgrade their servers or upgrade like 2 or 3 year old servers because they're getting rid of them. It's such a weird phenomena. Whereas like desktop memory from the last generation always is fucking expensive because there's none of it. They're not producing it anymore and everybody's still using their computer. It's such a bizarre phenomena.
Wasn't there a memory shortage?
Huh?
Wasn't there a memory shortage like not that long ago?
Yeah. Well, it was memory's pretty cyclical. Every time basically a new iPhone comes out, the fucking memory goes up because Apple just bought up all the fucking RAM chips.
Wow.
So
I have some memory issues myself.
Oh, yeah, me too. Me too. I'm getting older and I forget things. That's why I use the Google thing in my phone.
What?
I've been with my wife for 12 years. I still have a hard time remembering her fucking phone number. I know it's 960 or something. I don't know. It's iPhone's fault, really, because they create all this technology. It takes away the responsibility that we should have of remembering shit, like a simple phone number. And then here we are.
I used to know people's beeper numbers and their phone numbers. I think there was a payphone I remembered the number to.
It's crazy. I can remember an uncle's phone number from 30 years ago, but I can't remember my dearly beloved. It's Bill Gates' fault.
I don't know my kid's cell phone number. It's terrible.
That would be a good thing.
I still remember the phone number of a payphone we used to use to contact each other or Cosmo back in the day. It was 510-607-0158.
I love it.
There were two phones we used. We used one called the Stoner phone, and we had one that was called the Phone in the Middle of Nowhere, and then we just used both of them because they took incoming calls. You know you're in a rough part of town when the cell phone takes when the payphone takes incoming calls.
Yeah, exactly. A halfway house is not far.
When was the last time you saw a payphone?
Oh, I was probably out of state. I was probably in like Louisiana or fucking Europe.
I'm trying
I don't think I've seen one in California.
I think the only places that have payphones now are like airports and prisons.
I feel like I saw one somewhere not that long ago. I can't remember where it was, but it was in California because I haven't left the state in a long time. But yeah, every once in a while they'll pop up. I remember when I was a kid, I used to have to call my dad collect because I was like, 10. Like, who the fuck had a quarter when you're 10?
Oh, I thought he was in prison. My bad.
Exactly. My dad used to always think I was calling from jail. Like every time, are you in jail? No, I'm just at the Jack in the Box. Need to ride home.
It would scare the shit out of me though if my kid called me collect. I'm like, oh no.
How does calling somebody collect even work on a cell phone?
I mean, AT&T takes the charges, I'm guessing.
Oh man,
so weird.
Yeah.
Like, what would happen if I'm? Hey Google, where's the nearest payphone? It's giving me the address of a payphone company. It has no idea where there's a payphone. Do you remember the 411 replacement? It was like 1-800-GOOG 411.
There was some weird stuff. I remember there was like a phone number where you could just ask random questions. It was like during like Alta Vista or Yahoo years, I feel like.
I would have loved to work for whatever that company was because you could lie to somebody. Nobody had the internet yet. So.
Oh, no shit, right? I think it was
you might
like
have broken the internet, dude.
I feel like it was people with just like Usenet and AOL Gopher data that were just like answering phone calls with, like they had a copy of, what was the name of that in this encyclopedia that came with Windows for a while? Encora or something?
Encarta.
Right.
I remember the first time we got a computer with Encarta, the images from it were very bad.
They look like the images from like Oregon Trail or something.
Or like, or like Leisure Suit Larry or something. Oh man.
Don't forget Myst. Can't forget that game.
That game was great.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like you might have broken the internet by asking Google where the nearest payphone is. Like she thought about it for a second and was like, I don't even fucking know how to answer this question.
I mean, I have dropped 373 frames and I usually drop 0. So it's possible that the internet entirely went down when I asked my phone that question for like half a second.
There's evidence.
I'll have to check the logs and then rewatch watch the.
There's an explanation for it.
Watch the VOD. Well, John Renna, introduce yourself.
John Renna here. Local guy, local love enthusiast, aficionado. Also severely bored on Tuesday nights. So here I am.
I'm glad you're making this a bit of a tradition.
Yeah, it's great chatting with you guys and shooting the shit and talking about music. Love it.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Love it.
Speaking of music, who are you most excited to see when we get to go see?
I'm the Grateful Dead never played in Louisiana after they got raided and sent to jail in 1970. And then Bob Weir and John Mayer are supposed to play a show for Jazz Fest, which was moved to October. But because I don't know when I'm going to get the vaccine, I'm like, I don't know if I can go to this show. And I really, really want to go. I went to Jazz Fest in 2019 and it was awesome. I'd love to go back. But everything's up in the air. Like I think I'm technically in tier 1B. But you know, Kaiser, I'm not even on like the people they're serving right now.
Yeah, Kaiser's been a little spotty.
Yeah.
Who you guys want to see?
Oh man, like locally, oh man, it's a tough call, but I figure the first show that the homies put together will be amazing. It'll be like Sweet High on the Rebels camp, and I don't know, maybe FTB, depending on how that shakes out, or fucking.
I'm looking to playing with people again. Like, me, Patrick, my friend, Berth, who's an MC on the Rouse Circus stuff that's on your channel. And also my friend Brian Stride, who, was a Seeker devotee.
Mm-hmm.
And we were playing this really cool, interesting music because we have like a punker, like me, whatever the hell I am, like jazz, rock.
Hippie.
Yeah. And then Brian, who's like a super groovy, jazzy, it's like rock fusion, but not manic, just super smooth. And then this MC. And so we have things coming from every direction. And I think we only played together. Me and Patrick played together like 3 or 4 times. And then we played all together, the 4 of us, once or twice. And then the pandemic happened. I really want to try to make that happen again because it was beautiful.
Fuck the pandemic.
Yeah, I'm like really pissed off at the pandemic, but I'm also like, I don't know. As soon as it came around and I started to see some kind of numbers of what was going on, I was like, you know what? I was like, I haven't done any really, acts of citizenship in my life, and I feel like I can fucking do what I'm told and try to like not be a vector for this in my community. And it's like it's pretty weird that like these days, like in some parts of this country, like just wearing a fucking mask at the store is a radical act of citizenship,
I think that's crazy. I mean, how my goal in life is just, hey, I'm going to try not to be a giant piece of shit today. I think I do okay for the most part, but some people don't have the same motivation when they wake up.
I think, if you're, as long as you feel like you're on the verge of doing something shitty, you might not do something shitty. But like if you're super confident in you not being shitty, then you might do some shitty things.
Clearly,
good point.
I feel like I used the word shitty too many times, but I'm pretty sure I said what I wanted to.
On brand.
You might have to play Shitty People by the Roughies.
There we go.
I might have got a couple things lined up though. So if there was I think I have the Rouse concert and just the Rouse album. If there was something between those two that you think maybe the folks out there should hear, what should they hear?
Yeah, give me something good.
Wait, but on the stuff that you have in your, I would say Transform the Dark is one of my favorites.
Well, fantastic. We're going to rock this Transform the Dark. This is by Rouse. This is our man via audio only. You got?
Yeah,
Wanna
it's
tell us
just
a little bit
guitar.
about this tune.
Yeah, I came up with the initial like idea for the words when on vacation in Hawaii. I was like upstairs, my dad was downstairs. And then I just had a ukulele, so I just did the chords. And then I basically like sang in the bathroom to not like wake my dad up. And that was how the song started. And then I was just listening to early versions of it the other night, and it starts with, it was at Telic, which was like a rave venue. And I remember this guy, he was just in trouble. He was down. He was like in the dark. You know what I mean? He was not, he had this weird energy about him. And then I said something like, oh man, you just, like, let it go. Just let go of your pain. It's not doing you any service. Let go of, all these things that you're feeling shitty about. And then he did, and he had an amazing night. And then I came back to him later that night. I was like, you know what? Fear might be useful. This other thing might be useful. He's like, no, man, you're wrong. I was like, okay, cool. So then, but yeah, it's just transform the dark. It speaks for itself. Well, the opening line comes from a what was it? A True Blood line. Actually, I think maybe 2 of the lines come from True Blood. Amazing writers on that show.
Right on. Well, fantastic. This is Rouse. This is Transform the Dark, and we'll be back.
Snooky.
We'll be back with another segment.
These
played the wrong Rouse song. That was all new. So I'm going to play Transform the Dark now. Get a double shot of Rouse. We'll be right back.
Night our gods went mad, watched might take command. Foolish hearts, broken souls, all misgivings no one shows. It's not too late, steal your fate. Best of luck, choice and mistakes. Just one thought before we part. Let your voice transform the dark. Let your voice transform the dark. Let your voice transform the dark. Help, hope, cure fear. Help make power disappear. Help, hope, cure fear. Starting now, lest we forget. Dry the blood, bone from flesh. Phantom sings, sweet whispers on your skin. Begging you, voice silky as sin. Take my hand, trust this face as old man time. Dance with Lady Grace. I can't tell you hate or pain from hell. Lay your wisdom upon these tattered sails. No, not where we walked, till tried or shown the way. Buried trails of love, each kindness blows one leaf astray. On our mind, in your hips, in my eyes, on your lips. Swollen thoughts, deep and blue. If alone, played the fool. Bright and red, hollow glow. Fierce feelings you should know. Shaky hands, wavering heart. Let your voice transform the dark. Let your voice transform the dark. Let your voice transform the dark.
All right, that was an unintended twofer on Rouse. First one was all new, and the next one was Transform the Dark. I'm glad you asked for that song, Mr. Johnny, because I'd heard that like while I was listening to my own 24-hour stream and did not know exactly who it was, and now I do.
There's a version I'm going to upload tonight with saxophone and trombone.
Fuck yeah. That shit sounds good. Your singer's real good.
Chrissy, yeah, she's awesome. We lost her because she went to UCLA Law for 3 years, and so we didn't have a singer, but she would come back and do studio work when she was off. But now she's back in town, but we haven't really been working with her because of COVID.
So I wanted to ask everybody on the panel, do you think everybody being stuck at home is going to bring about kind of a golden age of home recording?
I was thinking that, because we're getting better and better at home recording. And, I think it kind of evened the playing field. Like I said, I wasn't playing out gigs, but then you called me to do a gig online and it was easy for me to do.
Definitely. Juan, what do you think?
I think that certainly it has transformed us into trying to be more creative with the time that we have at home. And I think during the pandemic, you're going to see it flourish. Yeah, for sure.
And Renna, what do you think?
For me, I think I had a little bit of a different experience because I had just dropped my album like a week before COVID hit, and I spent the 2 years before COVID at home recording. So when I released my album, I was ready to go out there and play, and was playing with the band, and I was ready to get the fuck out there. So no, I didn't spend the last year recording a lot. I have done a bit of recording, and I think I spent the last year working more on writing and figuring out what the next recording is going to be like for me.
What do you think about for other folks though?
I mean, I think for other folks, I think that, I've seen a lot of people adapt really, really well to the new kind of climate change of music. And, we've talked about this before, like how Nihal and Austin have been kind of like, I think kind of the poster children of what I've seen in San Jose music over the last year, and kind of keeping them out there, keeping relevant, keeping a sense of like kind of hype and pulse on themselves. And some bands and artists completely went away. They didn't know how to kind of operate in the kind of new world that we're in. So I think everybody's going to be a little different. I'm kind of interested to see what the next kind of phase looks like, because San Jose music was already kind of struggling in terms of venues and getting some community around it. So
I think a lot of places have closed, and so it's I don't want to say it was very super competitive, but it was definitely difficult because people were already trying to get over the pay to play hump. You know what I mean? And now to be set back with a smaller supply of venues, definitely makes online presentations of your I want to say content, but it's your pieces of art. There's a bigger argument for that.
I agree with that.
Adam Rainstopper in the chat is saying that he has cranked out, what did he say? A metric fuck ton of recordings, but he's saying that like it sits there unnoticed, and for him, like playing live is just like where it's at. And I know for Juan Maserati, especially with the Rebels camp, like that live thing is like real important.
Yeah, it's like jumping out of the airplane, it kind of gives you that adrenaline rush that you don't get just playing on your own,
Yeah, you need like your it's like your team. It's like your the people that are you're confident enough to hang and get that groove in, and be able to perform it live.
Say, when are people going to be ready to play? Because people are losing their chops right now if they're not playing. And a lot of people would only rehearse to gig. There's, not a lot of people were, getting their chops ready for studio work because you get a bunch of takes.
Right. Yeah. I can, like, for myself, like that, there's not a lot of opportunity in San Jose for like a DJ who spins disco house, right? But that Juan's been there too. That fucking bike party thing where people start like fucking chanting and jumping and fucking like doing this big giant circle where everyone's holding hands and spinning around and shit. That shit makes the hair on your fucking arms stand up. And like, I don't know. I had Moonshine Over America share my stream and take down my IceCast server, but it didn't feel like nothing, like,
wow.
Yeah. But it didn't feel like nothing, right? Fucking, there could be 100,000 people watching me spin on fucking the conduit or whatever. Although the conduit would go down for the 100,000 connections. I ain't lying. I helped them out with their fucking RTMP server. That shit cannot that shit could probably barely handle 500 connections. But it wouldn't matter. Like, it wouldn't even be the same as 250 people in a kind of empty venue that's too big for 250 people. Like, once they all finally, out of those 250 people, maybe 75 of them want to dance and they all get up in front of you. That feels, there's more of like you just feel that more than, even a fucking million people watching me on the internet or whatever. That hasn't happened, but I just know that it wouldn't feel like that.
I think, Yeah, I think, people are definitely choosing if they're going to push hard for numbers or dig hard for connections. Because, there's definitely something to be said for just getting like 5 big fans. You know what I mean?
Oh, no, I fucking know. There's like a few ride or die homies in the chat who are here not because they like the music and shit, and they certainly like you guys, but they're here because they're here every other night. And like, that's like where it all comes from, when you get a few people who are like, oh, by the way, I really like this thing, you should check it out.
Exactly.
And that's what San Jose and local music can be. I mean, it doesn't matter what city you're from. I mean, when you go to the shows, it's a community. You see the same faces. You see brothers and sisters that, you came along with, that you see at all the shows. I mean, that's what gets you going back. That's what keeps you wanting to perform and to see others perform and to get exposed to other bands that are out there. I mean, that's all part of it.
Yeah, like some of the best times I've had in San Jose, not the biggest crowds, but the best times I've had was when I played with fucking the Rebels Camp, man. We were doing these events focus on the funk, and we got together bands that were funky, and I would always play like funky house music. And fucking people would come and enjoy themselves, and people who were like dancing on the dance floor for the bands were also dancing while I was DJing. And it was this thing where we were like sort of, I wish we would have had like every Friday somewhere for it, but it would have ended up being like a job, but we probably could have made some money at it too. But it's like that, even where, the room isn't full, but your friends are there, that's gone too. Like all of it's gone.
I will say that the Bay Raves community that I was a part of, just being on the forums, were revitalized because of the pandemic. There was a new Facebook group that started, and then it was just like all the old school homies. And then they decided to create a little, people spinning or whatever, they have shows.
Yeah. I'll tell you straight up, everybody else DJs on Twitch, I am terrified of like having my channel nuked because there was a sample from Madonna in a song that I DJ'd. I'm fucking terrified of that. And I do not fucking spin here because we have like a admission here that has nothing to do with a sample from a Madonna song.
Yeah, Metallica never should have won that lawsuit.
Well,
did they win that lawsuit?
I think it's more. I honestly think that like there was a site called Mixify that got bought by a site called Chew, and they hadn't gone to the major labels, but what they had done instead was gone to all the dance music labels and said, "Hey, we want to do this. Can we get cleared for this stuff?" And most of the labels said yes. Like Dan's label said yes. Wes Smith's label said yes. Like Porno Star Records had said yes. Shout out to Porno Star Records, by the way. If I'm playing only original tunes by their artists, I am cleared to play their stuff on Twitch. I don't know if people know about Porno Star Records. Gloria Estefan found that people were sampling her, so she just signed them all to her record label.
Oh.
Pretty smart. Fucking savvy as fuck. Instead of suing them, she signed them.
Right?
But I mean, she was from dance music, right? The Miami Sound Machine was dance music. Whether or not you think it was cheesy, it was fucking dance music.
I was going to say, samples, because I feel like we're at a folding moment where we were like pro sample, then everything went anti sample, and now hopefully we're going to go pro sample, especially since, mainstream people are like just straight up, hitting samplers as part of their entertainment package.
Yeah, and I think that I think that like I don't know, I think that like right now if I don't want to be worried about getting pulled for copyright, I'm on this site called The Conduit. But this site called The Conduit is like a bus that the wheels are falling off of. I don't want to say nothing bad about the community there. I love all the people there. Like when I go spin there, like it's all the regulars from The Conduit plus a few people from our Twitch community, and like it's great. But like I've helped them a little with the back end of their stuff, and dude, Like,
Yeah.
what did you do here? Why did you do this way? I don't understand. And again, the guy who runs it's a genius because I don't understand how the fuck his shit works. But he had some like encoder problems that I was able to fix because like on this show before our stream hits Twitch, it hits my RTMP server, and it allows some things like if I have dropped frames or whatever, and then it catches back up, there's enough of a lag that the server can put it all back together so that people don't notice.
Wow, that's awesome.
That's not why I did it. I did it because I didn't want to pay Restream for their fucking shitty service, right? I thought I was like, oh, maybe one day we'll stream to Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch all together. I'm like, fuck that shit. I don't want anybody on Facebook thinking that's where I broadcast.
Right?
I was just noticing Patty Kaufman and the Roughies doing a live set on Facebook right now.
Oh, we cut to that. I mean, I don't think he's going to come after us for copyright.
No.
Is this shit set to public?
I don't know. I just was watching it it popped up on my feed. So
let's see if his shit is set to public. Oh, dude, there's like more members of the band. Yeah, we're going to cut over to our friend doing a live stream. If somebody can drop into his chat and let him know that we've cut over to his live stream. All right, everybody. This is Patty K live. Fucking
have a good night.
Full renegade fucking producing on the fly.
Who could it be? Oh! Who could it be now? Oh shit! Local Love is patching us in. Alright guys, we're gonna have to keep playing. Who's Local Love? Local Love, we're about to be on the radio. Oh, okay. Local Love is patching us in, baby. They're on right now. So how exciting. Hello! If we're there. If we're there, Local Love people, we love local you. We please love us locally. Hey baby! Oh baby.
Are we doing never whatever?
Yes, it's gonna get better.
Alright.
Here we go. Sick of it, just sick us all away. The pixie is up almost like a change. The pixie is the key. That's the number 8. Big power, you don't find another day. Yeah, all just all my brother. It's the baby, we can't deserve this. Are we constantly worthless? Should we sacrifice conscience? I'm just on my cover with Jack, I am younger. I just want to party at my grandmother's funeral. The shit is a bummer. The worst time of summer. We're showing out a little bit. Showing out a cover. Zip for the info. Don't you act like that, bro. Spending our money. Showing out my taxes. War world is over. Something hilarious. We're showing out a girl. But the dog out of there. But the shit is a bummer. Whatever it does now. There's something I'll live with. So we should know. If the enemy's girl is what my brother is, it's never time over. We don't get so we can go. Oh, baby. Oh, good work. It happened. It was a song. Oh, hi, everyone. Glad you're here. Hope you're here. Hope you're there. We can't see where you are. You can see us, though. Hola. Hola.
War is a racket?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do the one you hate, dude.
Our mother doesn't like any of the songs anymore. No, me too. Let me too.
War is a racket.
I do.
it's important. Hi, Mom. Hello, Mother. Hello, Andrew's mother.
Maria.
Hi, Andrew's mom. So we'd like, Wars right here.
Oh, we're doing great. Hello. Hello, everyone. Oh, band practices, funsies. Oh, babe. Oh, babe.
What else we got?
Oh, there's so much. We are here to roll and to rock and to breathe. Hope you're doing good again. We love you very much. Whoa, baby. Except for, well, never mind. We love almost all of you. What's a slow one? Just kidding. We got one. But
hey!
Let's do e-sports? Yeah, let's do e-sports.
Yep.
Oh, and then football scholarship too.
Oh, football.
Do that one as well. Is that set? We'll do them both. Let's do football scholarship first. Okay. Wait. That's football scholarship go?
I wrote it. Here we go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll
love to PK.
It's true. No, it's a lie. I love all people.
All of the women.
All of the men and the women and the non-binaries and the fats and the skinnies and everyone in between. The fats? Did I just say that? I did.
Oh.
I did.
What else?
We got Wasteland. We got
No Wasteland.
No Wasteland. Chumps.
Is anybody here?
Any suggestions?
Anything going on? Your favorite. We just did play your favorite. Hello. Hi, Sarah.
What's your favorite?
She likes eating disorders and
fucking
football scholarship.
That's literally
She's a champion.
last song. Okay.
She gets it. Fucking. Oh man. Oh, we gotta play. Gotta play something. We gotta play Wasteland. We don't want to do a song place.
Cock rocket or fuck with impunity.
Oh yeah. So fucking beauty. Fuck it.
Banner.
Practice.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4.
There's 5 whole fucking people.
What? That's my favorite number.
5 is my favorite number. We gotta keep going. Don't be afraid.
I mean, the only one we have is Cock Rocket, right?
Cock Rocket. We gotta play Wasteland, guys.
Okay.
Let's record ready for a second.
Flawless, absolutely flawless, gentlemen. Very good, very good. Thank you, thank you, thank you out there. Thank you out there.
Fucking A. Fucking A.
Yeah, man.
I mean, if an impromptu set by the Roughies doesn't fucking tickle your fancy, then I don't know what the fuck will.
It was 30s guitar grunge or garage grunge, whatever.
They're playing my birthday party this year. I don't give a fuck. They're amazing. They're like this, I don't know, like they're kind of like Screeching Weasel meets slapstick. I don't know. They're like a lot of favorite things I love about like 90s punk rock.
It's like it's almost like if you took Rancid but replaced some of it with Meatloaf and then sped up the tempo.
Okay. I can feel that.
Like to speak a language that normal people understand. To us, it's just the Roughies. They need sound insulation. I think they're like that's like one of these practice places around here, right? That they're at.
I don't know. He's used to practicing in his bathtub, so that's a nice change of scenery for him.
Like they just like set up a phone somewhere and jammed and put it on Facebook Live. It's not like if we had one of them little practice places though, and fucking people were playing live in it, holy shit, it would sound like a concert on Twitch.
Seriously.
Well, not quite like a concert. A concert would sound worse. I'm like insane.
Yeah, I'm gonna be right back. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna get some water and also hit the restroom.
Oh yeah, just turn off your camera and you'll like be removed from the overlay. Don't leave the thing. Just hit the camera button.
Okay.
Boom. Now it's just me and Renna.
What up, baby?
Not much, man. It's as good a time to close the podcast part of this show out as any, I think.
Do it.
All right. I would tell you to read us out, but you don't know the things, so I'm going to read us out. I don't know the shit. Yeah, so, hey, everybody out there in podcast land. And if we put this up on YouTube, which we generally don't, thanks for listening. If you're listening to this podcast for the first time, welcome. I'm sorry, and I'm not paying for your therapy bill. But make sure you subscribe to it on your podcatcher of choice. If you found it on our website and you have like Apple Podcasts or whatever on your phone, make sure you subscribe to Local Love. In fact, just go search for Echoplex Media on your podcatcher and subscribe to everything. There's a podcast around here that's been out of podcasts since 2016 called Face for Radio, which is a great name for a podcast, by the way. We may bring it back, talk a little pop culture or something, but just subscribe to all of them because it makes me feel good. And then head on over to twitch.tv/Echoplex Media. Follow us over there. If you've never used Twitch, another thing you can do is check out other people who are on Twitch. A lot of great stuff around here. Music, there's DJs here, politics, gaming, of course. Twitch is a fun place. It's owned by Amazon. You got to pick your battles. And when we're not live, check out our 24-hour music stream at eplex.xyz. If you liked any of the music you heard on this show, you can just type it into a little box at eplex.xyz, and within 5 or 10 minutes or something, that song will be playing for you to listen to. We're going to close this out with a John Renna song we got not too long ago called One More Day. John, do you have anything you want to say about this song before we play it?
Yes, I would, Dave. Thank you, producer Dave, for putting on such an amazing show again. It was a wonderful Tuesday night, spending my evening with you and Sir Juan Maserati, and your guest was awesome as well.
That's Johnny 5. We're friends from couldn't buy booze yet, I think.
I dig the tunes. I like them. They were raw. I like raw music like that. So that was good. Fantastic little impromptu patch in there from the Roughies. All around great show there, producer Dave, and looking forward to collabing on the next one.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe we'll try to get an official live act. I liked when Patty K was like, "Oh, we're on Local Love," and people are like, "Huh?" And he's like, "We're playing more songs."
You're like, message him real quick. I was like, okay, I'm right there.
Patty K never plays Everywhere as an Island, but that's just the way it goes. So this is what's up with this One More Day song?
Okay, so this song is the second song on the album Now or Never. I dropped this last year, and you can
almost a year ago today, right?
Just over a year ago. Yeah, it was just late February. I dropped it a year ago. So yeah, it's out everywhere. And these are some old songs that I was able to kind of get a little bit more fully produced. And this one is a old favorite of mine. I wrote it about my brothers and just some personal shit that happened to us when we were kids. So yeah, it's pretty emotional, powerful song for me. And it's one of my favorites because of that personal touch, but then just how I was able to kind of all get brought to life with all the elements. So,
and this is recorded at home in the very room you're sitting in talking to us from, yeah?
Yeah, a lot of it was, yeah.
Fucking A. Fucking
produced, co-produced by Audith and Doug Hargrove, and they helped me mix and master the album as well. But this track pretty much I did mostly all on my own, minus some of the mixing.
All right. Fucking, what would they say in Australia? See you next Tuesday.